Have you ever noticed something strange in ancient yogic images? The yogi is seated in deep meditation, unmoving, eyes closed. But beneath them is always the same thing, not bare earth, not stone, a simple piece of wool. To the modern minds, this looks symbolic or decorative. But yogis never did anything for symbolism alone. Every detail was functional, precise, calculated. Stay with me till the end of this video because what appears to be a humble woolen mat is actually one of the most overlooked technologies in yogic science, quietly protecting the human system from forces most people don't even realize they are exposed to. Meditation is not a mental activity. Today, meditation is taught as a psychological technique. Sit comfortably, calm the mind, relax. Yogic science never approached it this way. To a yogi, meditation is not happening in the mind, it is happening in the energy body. When a person sits in deep meditation, their internal energies reorganize, breath slows, nervous activity reduces, electromagnetic sensitivity increases. At this stage, the body becomes receptive, not just inwardly, but outwardly as well. And that is where the earth comes in. The earth is not energetically neutral. The ground beneath you is not inert. It is electrically alive. The earth constantly emits subtle electromagnetic currents. Normally, this has little impact because human attention is scattered and the nervous system is noisy. But in deep meditation, the body becomes highly conductive. Yogis discovered something crucial. If the human system becomes too receptive while in contact with the ground, energy can leak out, destabilize, or get distorted. Meditation amplifies sensitivity. Without insulation, sensitivity becomes vulnerability. In Mystic Musings, Sadhguru once remarked, meditation is not about adding something. It is about removing barriers. Once the barriers fall, you must know how to handle the openness. This openness is not just psychological, it is physical and energetic. A meditative body is like an exposed nerve. Without grounding intelligence, it can lose balance. Wool was never chosen accidentally. Why wool specifically? Wool has a unique property. It is a natural insulator, not just thermally, but electrically. Unlike cotton or silk, wool resists the free flow of electrical charge. When a yogi sits on wool, the downward flow of prana is regulated. Energy is contained within the system instead of bleeding into the earth. The spine remains energetically sealed. The nervous system stays stable. The internal circuit remains intact. Stone drains energy. Bare earth absorbs it. Wool preserves it. Why this matters during deep states? In intense meditation, the body enters unfamiliar territories. Body temperature may drop. Breath may almost stop. Muscle tone dissolves. In such states, the system is not meant to ground outward. It is meant to turn entirely inward. Without insulation, yogis observed symptoms: dizziness, sudden fatigue, emotional instability after meditation. These were not spiritual problems, they were energetic miscalculations. Wool corrected this. Not a blanket, not comfort. This is important. The wool was never meant for comfort. In fact, traditional yogis preferred rough, untreated wool. No padding, no softness. Comfort encourages unconsciousness. Stillness requires alertness. The wool's purpose was not to relax the body, but to protect the energetic integrity of the system while consciousness expanded. Why this knowledge was lost? Modern yoga removed context. As practices spread, they became exercise. Meditation became relaxation. The body became secondary. Synthetic mats replaced natural materials: rubber, foam, plastic. These materials ground energy aggressively or disrupt it completely. The result: meditation that feels calming but never stabilizing, pleasant but shallow. The science was forgotten, the ritual remained. Do you need wool today? Not everyone needs it, but not everyone is sensitive enough to notice the difference. But as meditation deepens, insulation matters. This is why advanced practitioners instinctively avoid metal floors, bare cement, or stone during long sittings. The body learns through experience. Yogis didn't follow rules, they followed feedback. This was never just about wool, it reveals a larger truth. Yogic practices were engineered with microscopic attention to detail. Nothing was symbolic, nothing was arbitrary. Every material interacted with the body's intelligence. Meditation was treated like a delicate experiment, not a casual habit. So, why did yogis sit on wool while meditating? Not for tradition, not for aesthetics, but to preserve the sanctity of an open system. If this video made you realize how precise yogic science truly is, share it with someone who thinks spirituality is just belief. Like the video if it changed the way you look at meditation, and subscribe for more deep explorations into mystic musings, yogic science, and the forgotten technologies of inner transformation. Because sometimes enlightenment doesn't come from adding more, but from knowing exactly what to place beneath you.